There's a thought that pops into mind, and it brings with it a very heavy question. What are the different types of mental health disorders or illnesses? While trying to get an answer to this, I came across a book named The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Disorders. Now, this book is used by health practitioners to help identify and diagnose mental illnesses. According to this, DSM Volume 5, mental health disorders are in groups. And some of these groups actually include mood disorders, which include depression or even bipolar disorders, anxiety disorders, personality disorders, psychotic disorders such as schizophrenia, eating disorders, trauma-related disorders such as PTSD, and even substance abuse disorders. With that in mind, let us address as a start one of the mental health conditions that are very alive to us, especially at this moment. And as such, let us look into depression. Depression is a common mental disorder. Usually, it presents itself with a depressed mood, loss of interest or pleasure, decreased energy, feeling of guilt or low self-worth, disturbed sleep or appetite, and poor concentration. In addition, depression comes with symptoms of anxiety, and as such, it is important to note that these problems can become chronic or recurrent and may lead to substantial impairment of your ability to take care of your everyday responsibilities. It is also worth noting that at its worst, depression could lead to suicide, and as we've just explored, about 1 million lives are lost yearly due to suicides. This roughly translates to about 300,000 suicide deaths each day. Equally, for every person that successfully completes a suicide attempt, 20 or more have actually been attempted on people's lives. These are grim statistics. But how exactly does depression manifest itself? Well, a depression episode involves symptoms such as depressed moods, loss of interest or enjoyment, increased fatigability, which means a feeling of being tired almost all the time, and also depending on the severity of the depressive episode, which can be classified as mild, moderate, or severe. An individual with a mild depressive episode, for example, will have difficulty in continuing with ordinary work and social activities, but he or she will be able to continue social activities or domestic activities, but to a very limited extent. And now, so, what causes depression? Researchers have found that there are 4 different parts of our daily lives that have the capacity and the capability to induce a depressive episode, or in short, cause depression. These parts are 1, your thoughts, 2, your emotions, 3, your physical state, or 4, your actions. Now, these parts equally have the capability to affect each other. In essence, the way one does act indeed changes one's situation. The way you think can cause a change in a feeling. In addition, the way you feel actually can change your physical state, and so on. So there is a definite correlation across the board with deep regard to the mentioned part of our daily lives. Now, usually, depression starts with a stressful situation. Examples being, for example, let's say losing of a friend, poor school or work performance, conflict with a person, or even loneliness. But in context, taking into account the examples that I've just covered, if as an individual you feel that you're actually in the same boat with these scenarios, and while you are doing everything you can to solve the issue, but there's an overwhelming sense of hopelessness, then you may be depressed.